Let me begin to say happy new month to all our listeners, all brethren throughout the world, because this month is still very young. And for some of you, we are seeing for the first time, especially in this month. So I'm here by the grace of God as I used to, and according to divine mandate, to share with us and to bring to your notice by way of exhortation the subject matter, the message I titled, There's Always a Better Fashion of You. There's always a better fashion of you. This kind of better fashion of yourself can be divided into two. And let me, by way of reference from the Bible, take you to the book of 1 Kings chapter 19. And I want to read verses 18. 1 Kings chapter 19, verses 18. Yet I have left me 7,000 in Israel, all the knees which have not bowed unto Baal, and every mouth which has not kissed him. God was telling Prophet Elijah when he was tired, was wearied, was devastated as a man in the ministry. He wanted to retire. He wanted to die. He wanted to call it quits. And God was telling him that though he said he was the one and only one that remained in the path of life, in the path of righteousness. And God was reminding him that despite the fact that he was the only one that maintained his stand on Mount Carmel, but according to his divine plan, he has reserved for himself 7,000 prophets of God who has never bowed nor kneel down for Baal. They were serving God with all sincerity. They were there praying, making intercession for God to intervene concerning the case of Israel. So, contrary to Elijah's opinion of himself and opinion of others, God brings to his notice that he was not the only one prophet that remained in that land, though the land has been devastated and corrupted. Many have forsaken the will of righteousness by the leadership of Ahab and Jezebel. They are corrupt leaders, corrupt king as a den. Yet, despite how the city and its system has nearly collapsed, God was reminding Elijah that there are still outstanding believers, outstanding prophets, people who stood for God. First, we should bear that in mind, that you are not the only one in this situation. You are not the only one who has been devastated. Yeah, it is not only our country that is being devastated. It is not only our country that has been corrupted. It is not only our country that the leaders, the people that are supposed to lead us in the path of righteousness, have corrupted their way and corrupted the system. It is everywhere. So not you alone. It cannot leave you in this situation. Maybe you are poverty stricken. Maybe you are rich. Maybe you are blessed. Whatsoever may be your social class, your social status, your social position in life, your spiritual level, your achievement, your experience, so far, there are still better fashion of you. And the second aspect of it, you can still make an improvement upon yourself. Though you are the champion in your field presently, but yet you can still make progress. You can still achieve more. You have conquered kingdom for God, working relentlessly, going to the sea, going to the land. You have walked through thick and thin, yet God is telling you you can still improve in yourself. So the improvement market is very wide. The improvement market is very, very large, very, very wide. That you cannot occupy every single room in that improvement market. So you can still improve on yourself. So this fashion of yourself is not the final. Oh, that is what I'm bringing to your notice. God was still repeating the same thing in the book of Romans. Well, if you read the book of Romans chapter 11, let's read verses 4 and 5. Romans chapter 11, verses 4 and 5. But what says the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so, there are, at this present time, also, there's a remnant according to the election of grace. There are still remnants. You are not the only one saved. You are not the only one sanctified. You are not the only one with the message of righteousness, with the message of holiness. You are not only the praying believer. You are not only the suffering believer. Bible tells us here in verses 5. Even so, then, at this present time, also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace. So there are still lot of, and always a better fashion of you. And in the book of Romans chapter 9, let's read verses 27. Romans chapter 9, verses 27. As I also cry concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. A remnant. Elijah cried, I'm the only one that remain in the path of righteousness, in the path of holiness. We are the only church that is Bible believing. We are the only church that is prayer enthusiastic. God is saying, God did not contest with Elijah that he remained valid, he remained authentic prophet of God. Yet, neither does he contended with you that you are righteous, you are faithful, you are serving God, you are praying, you are fasting, you are keeping all night prayers. Yet, there are still other unknown to you. Therefore, in essence, what should be the lesson to withdraw from this? God is telling us now that we need a kind of patience and humility. When we realize you are not the only champion in your vicinity, your environment, in your church, in your ministry, then that will call for humility. Don't you know, many of the achievements that you are boasting of today, that you may likely be boasting of today, you may be the first one in your region, but you may not be the first one in your country. If you are the first in your country, what about the entire world? Almost 7 continents. Will you be the first to embark upon that project? So therefore, it calls for humility and patience. Then another thing is that we need to appreciate God, who has given or endowed so much grace that you can accomplish so much for God. That can brought you so far. Then you need to appreciate God. Then commit yourself to serve God and to humanity. And finally, keep working on yourself. Because God has not done with you yet. He's still working on you. Still working on me. Keep on working with God. You have read Bible, read it again. You are praying, pray again. You are fasting, fast again. Do not stop. Because many of you do not know that you are very close to your testimony more than you ever imagined. Do not quit. Your miracle is almost around the corner. God be with you. If you have never given your life to Jesus Christ, you can make a boast of yourself, but that boasting is not before God. And if you are making any boast, make a boast right in the Lord God. I'm Prophet Okunade Jeremiah. These are our address on the screen if you need any of our contact. God bless you. Until I come your way next time, remain blessed and remain rapturable. In Jesus' precious name.